whether or not the Labor Party is going to find a cheeky little way to introduce a tax, and to follow, they will be doing so about what the UK government has been doing. The UK government, to try to deal with its budget situation, has decided to introduce a tax, 25% tax on oil and gas production in that country. Now, Katie Gallagher was out there very openly saying today that they need to do something about revenue and something about spending. So, Cory, I'll ask you, what do you reckon the chances are of a 25% super profits tax put on oil and gas just for the next 2 years, so there'll be no bitching and moaning before the next federal election?
Paul, I think they'd be sorely tempted, but I do understand that Albo said, no, that's not on the table. So take that for what you will. But we do know that there is an obsession by the left and the Labor Party and their captors, the Greens, who are going to want them to pursue a policy virtually of dismantling all the infrastructure, destroying the ability of us to rebuild if we go to this green event and it fails. So I suspect that they're going to be tempted. They'll have to restrain themselves because they'll have one eye on the next election, Paul, but they'll be building the moral case for it as strongly as they can.
Yeah, Ken Henry was a former money man, of course, in different Labor governments, then went and ran a bank, went before the Royal Commission, got out of that business, but he believes that that's the way that they need to go. Linda, 25% tax, do you reckon we'll be getting it, and even a 5% one on oil and gas production in the next 3 years?
Well, the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, has obviously already ruled that out and said that was not the policy that Labor took to the election.
We've still got your audio there, Cory, but keep going.
That's not going to be a policy that the new Labor government is going to take forward. But I think we're already also seeing the Greens come out and call for these even more green policies, that they're already starting to kind of harden their rhetoric as we're seeing their numbers in the Senate sharpen up. And I think this will be the first major test for the Greens, because let's never forget the Greens got in the way of the emissions trading scheme. They knocked it over, and it was the case that as a party that professes to act on climate change, they are the ones that stopped that. And that cost them. That cost them electorally at every state and local and federal election for some time after, and people still remember that. So this will be a test for the Greens. Will they come on board with Labor's clear mandate, or will they continue to oppose and oppose and oppose, even to the point where it makes them oppose real action on climate change in the federal parliament?